Alright, we're gonna make a video. I saw the Kid Organic video, and the reason I had talked about this before. Yeah, I talked about how the older generation and how those conservative people messed up our lives. Now, and they don't want to own up to their mistakes. Now, I'm a Generation X. I'm a 79 baby. And Millennials, I don't think they'll be 30 something. I thought Millennials were like in the 90s. Okay, I disagree with that notion. Let me take this off so my hair can breathe. So, the truth of the matter is that a lot of Generation X, Y, and Millennials are suffering of this stuff from the baby boom. I remember I grew up in the 90s. I'm a liberal since I was a little child. So I was a teenager actually. And I grew up in the 90s. And every time I tried to be my own person and to break away from the dependency of my family, it was the Generation X's, living generation, it was the baby boomers and their older generation who were born 1930 something, was always in my business trying to stop me from being an independent person as a teenager. Most teenagers learn how to be independent, so when they reach adulthood, 18, not 21, they're able to function on their own. They don't need their parents and grandparents. They don't need to be under their authority. When I was growing up, as you know, I'm a Leo. Okay, I live by my passion. I don't like nobody telling me what to do. I go admit that I like to be my own king. Okay, and only stop that is God Almighty, not no stupid human. When I turned 18, I never forget people was telling me you're not grown to 21 years old. I would be jealous. Suicide thoughts would come in because the people who's like recently I worked at an event and I saw one of the guys I went to school with. They married, got kids, and I'm not. And we graduated the same year, 98. We about 38, 37, or probably 39 years old. And the point is that they will blame people, my family will blame myself because I was a stubborn one. I did things my way and I wanted to move out and get on my own. They kept using, twisting the Bible, the religion. You know what I'm saying? I'm a converted class and they not, okay, they're Protestant. And they was destroying the Bible. They was being abusive, being abrasive, being very unloving, because anything love is by being ugly to people, unlike what the Bible said in Corinthians 13, that lovers had no criterion on the blow of an injury. There was debunks there, Wolf and Chicago interpretation. I think I read it, St. Peter's verse in the 3rd chapter, 2nd letter, okay? And yeah, the misinterpretation of the Bible, Christian scripture, that's them, okay? And so, and what people got on my nerves when I did go to Job Corps, okay? During the recession. Yeah, I was living under government assistance, but guess what? I was learning about being having a trade and office assistant. Also, I went to college, so I wasn't preparing to be on no food stamps and no government housing and nothing like that. I was trying to be independent. And so when I was there, you had Ochismo Sasa because I'm mostly Hispanic, and I'm not anti-Hispanic. I have Spanish Creole in my roots, so I do consider myself African American, French, Spanish Creole, English, and American, so I am part Hispanic. I know that 2 years ago, but I've been speaking Spanish. So once I found out y'all, that's one of the last things I said. Oh, y'all know that makes no one makes sense. I love speaking Spanish. I love Carolina and coach. You know, my Hispanic roots come from Louisiana, not Latin America. Now, so the point is, though she's more such and she's more souls and some buck dancing coons and coon. I know one of the ladies I was so, but she sometimes acts like a aunt your mama. But all in your business trying to tell you that you should go stay with family. The toxic family, the family that stabs your back, just like the bullies at school and just people they work with and people they work. Okay, they play two roles. One and you can choose one or the other. I'm sorry, I don't want to go there. Okay, that's part of life. People who say that because they stupid enough to allow it in their life. I don't. So listen to that dumb ass. I got tired of hearing them in my business want to cuss their ass out, okay? Say the fuck out my business. I don't need your dumb advice and come knocking at your door. Go talk to someone who cares about your opinion. I don't want to hear it. If I didn't have that attitude, I probably would not be where I am right now. Now, I moved back to Houston, okay, in the area, in the East Side area where I'm from, to try to get a job that's high wage, okay? You know, I don't do law. That's why y'all talking about so-called illegal immigrants taking low pay, but I don't do low pay. If I have a certificate in 1 year of college, I'm trying to go higher to get a car, get my own place, have everything the way I want it, okay? Here come the older generation, the family, and their friends and their family harass the hell out of me to the point it make you want to get a Uzi. Like, get the fuck out of me. I don't care if you lose your life. You in my business. You're a stun block in my life. I know what I want. I live in this body. You don't know what's best for me. I live this body. You don't. I'm not from the old school. I don't give a damn about the old school. Keep that bullshit back today. Don't bring it to me. I didn't come in begging for it. Okay? So, when I did listen to they dumbasses, because they always tell me, you don't listen to nobody. They ain't got nothing. Okay? Instead of listening to my own tuition, I cannot work on staff of Texas. Why they give me this? A cousin server. I don't got no call to go on staff of Texas. What the heck? Text me about. Okay, see, I'm trying to get another job now. Point it, but it says staff. That's there no cars, no staff, no bus and staff. Everybody don't have a car because what you call the Pompadours generation? Okay, that's grandfather born 1930. He didn't want me driving. He said that I get nervous. Yeah, because when you cuss me out when I actually hit the gas, that's what got me scared because I don't like to be cussed out. Yeah, I was raised in that time, but remember, we're a different generation. We recognize those practices of parenting, so-called parenting. Come out of slavery, come out of the functional areas and twist it into what's good, okay? Which food y'all. And we're trying to, in this generation, where I'm from, and later on, was trying to improve and not be like the generation before. Because let me let you know why a lot of people back in the day were doing drugs. And I'm saying my parents didn't do the drugs. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa didn't either. But those people, the people of the Pompadours and the let's call it the Pompadour days, and the baby boomers were doing drugs. Remember, that's how we got drugs in Generation X, Y, and Z. Generation, a new millennium, whatever you want to call it. The real reason why, because they were introduced it to us, okay? Their generation. When I was in Reagan crack baby days, okay? I never forget, in Bush, it was people that were my mom and dad's generation. The Generation X, who was older than me, who born early 70s, they was into it too because of that generation. And then you had the Pompadours who was selling. I'll never forget, my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, they didn't do drugs, but they knew this old man, okay? This old man, he died. He went to school with them. It was a color school, okay? Who was bad back then. He was a bad kid. He was very mischievous as a child. He get a lot of whoopings in school. And would try to fight a teacher, okay? He then became the biggest drug dealer. He was an old man, born 1930 something. He deceased. And one of the guys, now he about my color. The sister, she's about my mama and dad's age. So she had the same, that's weird, they had the same last name, so they probably had to get married. They weren't related, okay. But the sister was a crackhead. I'm glad my mom stopped hanging with them people, okay. Mom was not a crackhead, but she told me when she left the area, she said she could not hang with certain people when she grew up with because she don't do drugs, they were doing it, okay? And she was shocked that these people, she went to school back in the 70s, and she used to fight amongst, fight with them, okay? I'm gonna tell her business. They became crack fiends, and I'm like, that's why I have a different perspective, because I was trying to impress them damn people, okay, about our multiracial background, how for them, you know what I'm saying, and these folks, the shitholes, I'm calling it on purpose. Not saying everybody, but those who personally be the shitholes for white supremacy, who go along with white supremacy by the fear complex, because I got to drive black blood, I must go down and stay down and attack anybody who's trying to get up. Okay, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, so there you go. Well, she had a child with that older drug. They're talking about my mom's friend, former friend, okay, who they became a crackhead in the 80s and 90s. Her son sell dope too, and he was the baddest dude. I never forget when I go visit Northside. This dude, we was all playing, and there was a chicken was running. Never forget, in the hood, a chicken, and this dude got the doggone chicken. Get out, bitch! Yeah, for real. I'm like, and we knew not to mess with that brother. Big, he was tall, dark skinned, brother. You knew not to fool with that brother. That brother would kill you, beat your ass up. I think he got killed. I think, or he went to jail 1 or 2. Okay, but he was one of them tough brothers. Okay, so his older dad was old dad. Okay, because he's an old man, Pompadour, not no baby boomer. Okay, was a drug dealer. Mom was a crackhead, okay, and so you can tell, and his dad was in his life. Actually, dad come around to my knowledge, to go give out his some things and then that drug money to get whatever he want. Okay, you know what I'm saying? The mom was living poor. Okay, but dad was living good with that drug money. The dad was older. I remember my grandfather went to school with the dad, like God dog, and then the mom is by my dad and mom. Hey, weird. Okay, anyway, so that's how we got introduced to drugs. Was from that generation. Remember, y'all forget why we had so many weird like babies out there like myself, because it's not the black problem. This was during the 1960s and 70s sexual revolution. This when the abortion became legal. The pill, okay, and people started having sex. This was sex, drugs, rock and roll with the hippies, and later on it became the sex thing, okay. And I never forget. Remember, as my dad would tell me, his family, you know, even though my grandfather was not Baptist, he was a Gnostic, but grew up in the Church of God, a Kojic church. And when he came out of the military, he was like secular. Should I say? She was very agnostic. My grandmother was Baptist, very strict, and it was a conflict between the two because he didn't believe that. He was in a interfaith marriage. He didn't believe that stuff, and she did. So my dad went along with my grandfather. He became an atheist later on. He was trying to be a Muslim, and when he told me they didn't talk about sex like birds, bees, sex education. Okay, so this generation was very religious, but it was Protestant, Catholic, you know, Methodist, Baptist, whatever. They went to church, synagogue, Jewish. They went to church. We were trying to go to church every Sunday. There, Saturday or whatever. They was very, strict with their religion. Okay, So when this '60s came out, was like a liberation. That's when people say, "Well, to the Bible out of school." Well, I'm kind of glad that. Let me explain why. Because I'm not Protestant. I don't want to hear no Protestant interpretation of the Bible. Okay, it's like everybody who's Protestant getting forced to go to Catholic school and they had to sit here and read the interpretation of the Bible the Catholic Church teaches and pray the rosary and everything else to do exactly what they do. You sign up to. So this will be a public school. It's supposed to cater to all religions, not just one particular. And if you are Protestant, then what church you're going to go by? Because each church have its own interpretation of the Bible, okay? Even amongst the Baptists, you have some Baptists, just like slavery. The American Baptist Church back today was against slavery in the North, and it was also caused a civil war. Besides this, the Southern Baptist Church, the Southern Baptist Convention, the church here in the South that many white people in the Klan later on belonged to, even the ministers were Klan members, not all of them, but for real. In the South, they believed slavery was good, okay, and it was part of the Bible. So y'all get my point. So if you in a public school, and I know it's a WASP country, it's a white Anglo-Saxon power country, but you're non-believing. That's why many people who are Catholics paying money to go to Catholic school because they didn't want their children to be hooked on it. If you know those who did go to public school, they later on graduated from the faith. According to those who private school did too, but they had a household where they was taught the faith, they taught the biblical foundation of the faith. They would not lose it. Okay, I had to teach my own self through the pain and suffering I went through. Okay. Nope, no, the priest in my church and I teach this stuff. I learned the stuff out of the Bible verses I'm quoting. I have learned it on my own. I'm a self-teacher. What makes it like because I'm a Leo, okay? So I seek and find out what Jesus said. I'm going to give it to him, I'm going to give it to myself, okay? So, point is, so you got to remember that generation was very religious. They went to church every Sunday or Saturday or whatever. Like my father one time was visiting my elementary school when it was becoming mostly Hispanic at the time. It still had white people there in 91. I was in 5th grade going on to the 6th grade, the middle school. And the girls would dress, show little leggings, not leggings, but like a leggings type. It was kind of not like, it was the shorts. It was like the, what I call those shorts, there you go, what we call bikie shorts. But it was the bikie shorts. It looked like lingerie with a lace at the end, a spandex type. And he said, "What is she wearing that for?" She said, "Lord, y'all, when I was coming up, the girls wear long dresses to school, and guys dressed, y'all wasn't dressed, So y'all get my point. Okay. Well, me, our generation, before they changed all that, so that's why they ain't our fault. But anyway, so remember, so he was saying that he did not know, he knew about a baby would come through, but they was reckless with sex. Okay, this is a generation that no longer go to church every day. Okay, um, like after the civil rights bill was signed and the immigration came in. I always tell people it's not the immigration that made it bad; it was people who made immigration bad. That's all it is. Okay, and you had the society integrated. Okay, reckless sex. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Interracial marriage was legalized. Okay, too as well. Abortion was legalized. The pill was introduced. The gay, the what's it, Star Wars. And I want people to be educated. It wasn't white gay men who started Star Wars. It was a African American man who's transgender woman named Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rodriguez, who's also transgender, who was Puerto Rican and Venezuela, who's also Hispanic. They the ones who founded the head leaders of Stonewall. A lot of people think it's a white gay male movement. The truth of the matter is, if you don't know, that they was not treated respectfully because they were of color. One was African American, one was Hispanic. I never get watching Sylvia Rodriguez when she was talking about the transgender woman who was born a man, who's Puerto Rican Venezuelan. Because people think she's Mexican, Puerto Rican Venezuelan. Okay, when she was talking in front of the white gay male crowd, they were booing her. They were laughing about her, but she had an apartment. She got kicked out of her apartment. She was staying home. She tried to help people get, gay people, bisexual people who had no place to go, homeless people get type of medication. She did all that, and she still didn't get no respect. And Marsha P. Johnson, Marsha P. Johnson is the name. That's her name. Marsha P. Johnson, she was found killed. Like, no one know what happened to her. So you see that we are talking about the LGBT community cannot be racist. They was racist already, and you had people hijack the movie. You had, is it Michael Hale? Um, uh, his last name was Hale, Heel or whatever a guy's name. He was a pedophile. He supported non-block. And he was in the gay rights movement. You know about him, see, but you didn't know about these two people of color who was transgender, who actually was in the Star Wars riot situation, okay, who actually made that to be known, and they're not getting the respect in the LGBT community. So they y'all know your history, okay. But for real, was it Michael Hale? I'm trying to think his name. He was a pedophile because he put but the North American boy, so yeah, that nasty ass shit ass group. Ugh. You know about him and this lesbian white woman, okay, and some other people who are white. As this, people one time we was talking about the Tay Diggs dressed as Madonna, and I said, "Excuse me, nobody get mad at Zach. What's his Spanish name? The Spanish dude playing Missy Elliott, and the white dude playing Jan Jackson on lip sync battle. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. Emulating sisters. You ain't saying nothing about that." So he said, "Well, there was no gay male in the black civil rights movement." I said, "Excuse me, yes, there were." Ruskin, the Reaper of Martin King, had a nonviolent situation and organized this. Ruskin was the one. It was Adam Clayton Powell who could pass white, okay, who was mixed. Martin King was too. All of them was mixed. No matter what shade, dog, light, whatever they were. King Curry, whatever they were. Who can pass white, who was homophobic, who was going to lie to Martin King, saying that Ruskin and he was having sex with each other, which made them stop being friends. And then every time Ruskin was trying to be part of the Black nationalist movement or any civil rights, the Black Panthers would call him all type of sissy boys and stuff. Yes, so y'all don't know y'all history, so point is, get to the subject. So this is a time when all that was going through, okay? You had women who were in the, Audrey, whatever her name is, she's from the Virgin Islands, she was lesbian, okay? And a lot of folks don't know that uh, Langston Hughes was gay or bisexual, and so was who was that guy named Charles Barber. Okay, so y'all know your history of Ma Rainey. Okay, and what's one of Bessie that Smith that Queen Latifah played, and you know. And so it's not just, and it's not, no, a lot of people not know the history. Barbara Jordan from Houston, they say that she was, okay, here from Houston, okay. She was a legend, this is her companion, that white woman in the Houston Chronicle, that was her girlfriend, okay, who was taking care. So a lot of folks not know that you have a lot of people, they even said Michael X, when he was out there doing the pimp thing, he had a conk, they said that he had a sexual encounter with a man before he became got in jail. He was having with white women and stuff. So a lot of people do not know. I mean, and they, what's her name? Frida and Kyle and what's her name? Josephine Baker. They said she was bisexual. Okay, in one period of time. So I mean, this is the older people kept that secret. Okay, and they was very hidden about that. But today it's now more open. Okay, so let's get back to the subject. A lot of people do not know that this is the pill, and when Studio 54 was a time when people got high, you had straight, gay, lesbian, bi, people like Janet Jackson, when she was with the Jacksons, and she wasn't doing drugs, she said she was a little girl, she said, what is sniffing flower? Though in the Studio 54, they were sniffing cocaine, okay? You know what I'm saying? It was owned by a straight white man and a gay white man. They owned Studio 54. And what got back to that, you don't forget that you had civil rights movements, all this stuff was going on. Abortion and people said about childbirth. A lot of white women was killing their babies, okay, when they was who was in this sexual revolution or either birth control. Then they were white men and they were black men and Hispanic men and Asian and start making mixed. That's why we have Donald Trump now, because they're scared the white population is going down. And not the fact of race mixing, is that the white women in the feminist movement at the time, the modern day feminist movement at the time, because the first feminist was against birth control and abortion until Margaret Sanger, her racist mind, came in. She came in and she was trying to market the sister, saying have less child because you'll be poor, you gotta get rid of the genocide. And they became legal because it was a lot of folks to know it wasn't Democrats that made, and I'm a Democrat, I'm pro-life Democrat. It was Richard Nixon who made abortion legal. And the audio, and Richard Nixon said that it's to get rid of them black bastards. Because what they were scared is that brothers who not do nothing thugs, okay? Brothers, okay, who go to school, fighting wars, talking about in the military, who get degrees, who do the right way of getting money, would suppress the white population, because these men sometimes didn't graduate high school and they your boss, they the head person, because they just taught them how to do the job right, and saying they get the pan of bad white privilege. No, you got hard working brothers, okay, who ain't gonna do drugs. Well, they were scared them children was going to replace some white people. Okay, well, the color is that we, in Generation X, who don't look white, because many of us are, we're not pure black people. We gonna the white men that had the 401k plan and had CO. I'm gonna be 910 being in that seat. So that's why they was for that abortion issue. That's why Richard Nixon had made it illegal, so he can get rid of us and other people of color. Also, too, Paul still understand that he the one came out of the war on drugs to get rid of white liberals and African people that was targeting him, not the white people who bring it over here. Bush, I know his wife passed away. God rest. Well, I don't know if to say that now because I might have a lot of trust issues with Barbara Bush. But anyway, point is, trying to be courageous as much as you can, but it's hard to look at and say God bless, God rest her soul, whatever, because her husband bought them drugs when he was in CIA. Okay. And Reagan wasn't, as well. He, said government California, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that's when they was scared that the conservative wasp came in, was going away, you know what I'm saying? And the white conservative Protestant evangelicals, a lot. The reason why all this stuff went through, because remember, a lot of folks do not know when they started to bust people, the white people who voted, okay, voted against policies to fund those schools. That's why they went up like lean on May. That's why many of the public schools are bad kids and bad teachers and less funded because they went against those policies. They had the redlining. They also was campaigning for integration and as a joke, so they can set up the schools for failure. Okay, you wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what the folks understand. And then they sent the schools to private schools, especially evangelical, conservative, Baptist, Protestant schools. Catholic schools are mostly integrated. Okay, college is there. You know, there are some people with multiracial schools, but Catholic schools are mostly integrated. Okay, let's be real. Okay, you know, and a lot of African American people, you know, who are either Protestant or Catholic in the hood, or who's trying to further education. They want the kids going to public schools. There was some, like my cousin went to Catholic school, and my uncle, my dad's brother went to Catholic school. He actually, my uncle was Catholic, and later on became Protestant after he left Mother Mercy in Fifth Ward, okay, in the hood. So, you know what I'm saying, because my grandma, even though she was black, she allowed him to become, you know what I'm saying, not knowing the basis of the religion, whatever. So, but point is, that's the truth, that a lot of people do not know that those white people sent their schools to private schools, mostly Anglo Protestant evangelical schools, and you see why there's some people say I'm a Christian but I hate niggers. You know what I'm saying? That type of mentality when they know it's a contradiction. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You the word, you know what I'm saying, an insult. Okay, so that's, you understand, that's what they did. I read that book by Bruce Barr, Studying Jesus by Fundamental Still Christianity, back actually 20 years ago. Showed it 20 years ago. Yeah, I did. Because I was trying to find why there's so much as craze in the 90s with fundamentalism and anti-Catholicism, okay? Because when Time Magazine mentioned, when I was born in 79, that anti-Catholicism had died out, which is very true, because I never heard all this anti-Catholic stuff, you know, when I meet people who are former Protestant, like myself, that, like, 90s, we start to join the church on social media. I wouldn't pass my on Yahoo, I said, dog, what was going on in 1993? Okay, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, so, you know, and that's why, and so anti-Catholicism was going down. It rise back up. A lot of folks don't know it's because you have a lot of immigrants from Latin America, from Africa, from you know, from Europe, from Asia, who are Catholic, who come into the mostly Protestant areas, like here in Houston, and you know, they come to work, they go get a trade education or whatever, and they in an area that's not their faith, okay? And so the Protestants, particularly the white ones, okay, who are even the evangelical, not the liberal ones, the conservative ones, fundamentalists, they're scared of their policies, their belief system, their culture dying out. So what they do is they'll find things to attack the Catholic Church, find Bible verses that can easily be distorted. And if a Catholic does not know their faith biblically, just go do the routine, that's it, but not know what the reason why they're doing it, they're going to have no answers of the question, and later on try to be converted to Protestantism. Because someone like me who read, okay, and that's things I gotta know, but I learned a lot in apologetics, and that's why some I've trust me, some anti-Catholic ones hate my guts. You know what I'm saying? And like I care. I want people who are enemies to hate my guts, and I want they drama in my life. God dog, okay? And I say God, okay? Say God, okay? But you know, they want us to be mind controlled by them, and they walk like we robots, okay? And they will lie to you, say they're doing this for God. No, they're doing it for their own self. Okay, well, the verse of St. Paul said that people do it for preach the gospel for rivalry. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's exactly what they're doing it for. They ain't preach the gospel for no sharing, you know, mercy and all that, and trying to share the good news in the godly, merciful way. They doing it in the derogatory way. Okay, that's why you had the Westbury Baptist Church being trashed on and everything. Okay, so when their culture, never forget, in the 90s start to die out, that's when they got scared. You start having these people out in the street preaching. I never forget this. This is during the Bush. This is during the Clinton days. You had people out there preaching. I never forget. Right when I saw Salt from Salt and Pepper, and Kurt Franklin, I knew that people start being conscious about religion. You know, people start talking about God and religion. You saw Kurt Franklin. You saw, I'll never forget this. And then you saw people bashing the Catholic Church openly, twisting scripture, and either priests who not prepared, not even telling their flock that these interpretations are wrong. And I find out there were no priests that told me that, y'all. I went on my own. I even challenged some priests. You ain't doing your job. You don't need to be no priest. Okay, y'all know me. Yes, I did. About it when I was 10 years ago. Never forget. Charles said, "What? I was at the cathedral before they moved to the old cathedral, and I was there, and we were talking about, we had a discussion about Catholicism, and this old priest of North, who did not know, white man, did not know about the climate of he in. Oh, but they don't bother us where I'm from, the Presbyterians. Okay, that's up north, and y'all more have a religious tolerance up there. Not everywhere, but it's more acceptable. It's more, you know what I'm saying, to get along. It's down south where you have a Protestant dominance, okay? A white Anglo-Saxon dominance, and whoever attacks that dominance, they're gonna go extreme with it, and then act like they doing it for good when they know doggone well they're not. So when I came extreme and told them straight us, excuse me, where you from? They talk to us, this and that, they bother us, and they're like, yeah, because I mean, you're trying to practice your faith, you're trying to do everything you doing right with God. Here come these stone blocks of all places coming in trying to bother you. It's like, who are these people? Leave me alone, you know. And so when I told some priests, they looked at me crazy, like, dang, y'all staying y'all regularly for a whole period of time, don't come outside and know what's going on in your climate, you know. That's, you know. And they don't understand, because if I was a priest, I'll be concerned about my flock going through this situation, so I can, you know, prepare them, teach them the Bible verse. Oh, it ain't nothing bad. Yes, it is bad. You have people who have lost their faith due to you not doing your job and you being lazy. And I never forget, speaking of the 60s, a white man did tell he was a convert, I think. Sure was. And when I go see Patrick Rodriguez back in 2001, I forget, in April, right by Easter or before Easter. Okay. In March or something like that. Okay. Alright. 2001, I was 21 years old. I rode a taxi from Bush Airport to go to St. Mary Magdalene's Church here, and I brought my Bible with me so we can read about capital. It's something I already knew, but I just want some more information because I strive for knowledge. I met Pastor J that Friday, and I met Pastor J that Saturday. And at the church, a white boy was in confessional waiting to go to confession. The white man would say, yeah, I'm a convert. I think he said, oh, he's a revert, one of the two, something like it was. And he said, yes, there was teaching this back in the day in the 60s. In around the 60s, they stopped teaching it. And I noticed that it's like around the 60s that you start hearing more about, you know, the scandals because people being reckless with who they choosing as priests. It's not the church fault as the church as in teaching. I'm talking about the people. It is when it comes to a person, but not the church fault. Okay? So, as in scripture teaching, as the doctors, okay? Who are they picking and choosing? And people knew the story that a lot of people, there were priests who were very strict on doctrine, like morals. They didn't believe in homosexuality. They didn't believe in fornication, birth control. And some dioceses is Goodbye Good Men. The book, I think I have it here. I think I read parts of that book. And what they were saying is the priests were very rigid. They were rejected to go, you know, come from seminary school. They'll try to go in, and the diocese said, no, we don't want you. We just want this person here. Not knowing what that person is capable of doing, not examining that person. And that's what these scandals came in. And then you have the baby boom, here we go generation. Just like in the Baptist church when I was growing up, pastor or father or minister can't do no wrong mentality, okay? Y'all know us Generation X, we look at people, human first, and then they tie like these police killing us. I told police, I see you as a human first, then your badge, not the opposite, okay? Now, and I knew that too because when I came to Catholic, The priest we had before I came, he was a light skinned brother. He was a Creole. He went to Los Angeles. And then we had the Italian one. And the Italian one did not like me. I didn't like him. He was from here. He was Italian American. I couldn't stand there with that priest. If people left at the church and went to other parishes, other black parishes, I don't know why they had that. So I just cuss here about this, why they put me there. Many times I wanted to tell. I think one time I got smart, but I didn't want to go to my grandmother because my grandmother would have a fit because I didn't care. He was a minister, a priest, whatever. You gonna talk to me crazy? I'm talk to you crazy, And I was like, why you not coming to do altar service? No, he ain't touched me nothing like that. No, nothing like that didn't happen. Okay, it better not happen. What it was, like I told you, I don't like nobody. I don't hold on. There's too much to say. I hate people yelling at me. I hate to be yelled at home. I hate to be yelled at on job. I never thank you. I don't care about what your dog mama daddy told you. Do not pass that mess to me. So that was an altar boy because I wanted to be an altar boy. I wanted to take part of church activity and be, part of my. That will stop me from going because of stupid attitude, and I could not speak my mind. Cause I'm sorry, my grandmother was extra. Trust me, I was told was on my mind. I had to get out of church God's property and say some things that you can't say on God's property. Y'all know I'm saying some words, and you know what I'm saying, because I was in that generation. We was disrespectful when you disrespectful to us, not openly going being disrespectful just to be stupid. You disrespect us, we disrespect you back because we want protection too. We want to be treated like human beings too. I don't care about what your mama, daddy did, that scandal they gave you. Okay, don't put that scandal on me. Okay, so that was my generation. Thank you. That's why we spoke our mind when teachers talked to us crazy. We spoke our mind. We didn't know you gonna talk to us in any kind of way. And then I did my own grandma. You disrespectful. Well, why you want me to come back home? I don't want to come see you. I don't care about, keep that trash back in your day. Don't bring it in mine, please. Let me spare for that mess, okay? I have no problem with that. So anyway, it was just baby boomers who came out with a disrespectful attitude too, because my dad was that way, my mom was that way too. Okay, ask my two grandmothers, okay? They still live, okay? So, you know what I'm saying? And my grandmother and my mom's side into their business, and my mom did not get along. She was very disrespectful to my grandmother, okay? So, and my dad was very expressive and told what's on his mind to my grandmother. He didn't care, And of course, my grandfather would take something, not take his side. So anyway, so point is, yeah. So we were very expressive. We wanted things our way. We learned from them. We didn't learn from, you know what I'm saying. So point is, they didn't want us to have no independence because they thought because we don't live their dream, which just would stop me from it. Was why you didn't came up. Ain't because what I did wrong, because you got the worst person who's the devil running the president who got money. So that God don't show no favoritism, black, white, or whatever, okay? The person running the country is the worst devil president, saying this is a demonic fool. He demonic as a person. Not, you know what I'm saying? So my point is, of course he can change like a human being, but he being demonic on purpose. And he got the more money than I have. So God was all your interpretation, and that's the case. We are every bad person on this earth, or every person that's sin will be poor right now. Okay, so y'all stop with that misinterpretation about. Okay, so no, it was because the generation before me and the other before didn't want me to be the opposite and still be successful. Do you get my point? They was putting in your head that you should do this, and then try to play the parent in adults' life. If they had trust me in my way, I would not cuss their asses out. But I didn't want to be kicked out the house. I didn't want people harassing me, talking about that you should not talk to your mama. Okay, like shut the hell up, you out my face. Okay, I don't feel like hearing your damn mouth. Please practice Proverbs 9:7 where it tells you to don't crack a scoffer, because I had that scoffer, okay? A lot of them say they know the Bible, they don't know that verse. I don't know how they skipped it. Anyway, point is, that's why, us Generation X, we were independent people. We was, many of us became parents. Many of us went through a lot of abuse, mistreatment, and then those who went through the crack epidemic. We had single parent. We had to be independent because we didn't want to be struggling. We didn't want people taking care of us and running our lives, and that's what they mainly was taking care of us for, so they can still have some control of us. They didn't want us to be independent because I was not their expectation, their dream, and that they want to proceed later on in life when they gone, which they can't have no control of. So they did all their power to twist the Bible. And forget this, they did all their power to cause stumbling block, bad mouth me in front of behind my back to make me not have a job. I know, like I don't know about this situation. Trying to keep me under control so they can try to change me and be this new person that's not me, okay, for them. And that's where the suicide and the depression come in, because you pretend to be something that you're not just to please somebody else, okay? Now, so the new generation today, because the one thing they try to practice that with the generation Y, those who were born late 80s, and those who were born 1990s with the millennials, because they like the future of the young people, because they wasn't like theirs when they was young, although they were crazy too bad. They didn't say they weren't, okay? And they like the fact that they had no longer have their pocket and their money, hand in their pocket, hand in their body. You know, any person, a person is individualistic. You cannot run that person. A person collective, you can't. Okay, that's the difference between me and other people. Now, they try to do every little stump block they can to throw, so if I don't fit into a narrative, and which led to the situation. People say you victim blame yourself. No, it's not. I call it like it is, because trust me, I was one of those people who didn't care about. No, I didn't care about them. I wanted my own. I never forget there was a job to go to California. And I'm glad I didn't take it, because I didn't know where to go stay. I'll probably go outside in San Francisco or Oakland, wherever, and ask people, would you have give me do polls or something like that, okay? And when I was on my way I was ready to go to the job, I was ready to go pack up my things and go. And when I told other people, I said, be careful, because you never know, it could be a fraud. And young people, be careful. This too. I know it was two white Native Americans. They're from Wyoming. It was in the hood. They got a job. This was happened a couple years ago. I gave them some money. They got a job. They probably lived in some cheap hotel in the hood, okay, to go work for this company. They rode bus or van. The people let them out straight. Yeah, they were doing it to young people who weren't. I never forget this here in this mess. You know, they supposed to go out to another country or go whatever and go work there, and then end up being some place they don't want to be at, okay? They were doing that to many of us in Generation X, the Generation Y or Generation Millennials, who were in this situation. Never forget that. And they were white, they were begging for money. They said that they was 19 years old. Never forget this, and it was the Walgreens in the hood. I gave them some money, like $1 a piece, $1 and $1 to this girl, because they came all the way from South Dakota. Up there, and I said, yeah, the Dakota tribe. Yeah, how you know out there? You know, we're not just white. We need. I said, well, guess what? I'm mixed with black, white, and American too. I know about this. I never forget that. And then you know what I'm saying. And they were crying, and I felt bad, because they was trying to be independent. I think the one was pregnant, something like that, and they was living in some little cheap motel. They didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying. And they came all the way to Houston. And then I look back at that. If I took the job back in '99 to go ride the plane to go to Oakland, San Francisco, where I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Who I will live with. I got cousins out there, but we don't know each other like that. You know what I'm saying? So how would I stay? How would I eat? You know what I'm saying? And they were doing that to many of us, Generation X, who's trying to be independent. Because remember, we didn't want to be confined to our grandparents. We wanted to be independent. Many of us want to go to the club, and we were trying to get the best jobs back in those days to get the best. We won't work no McDonald's. We wanted $8 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So we could buy the cross clothes back in the early 90s. We could buy the Tommy Hilfiger, the FUBU, okay, the Polo. Don't forget all this. Go to the club, dance some Miss Elliott, there's some Busta Rhymes, okay, some Puff Daddy, okay. You know what I'm saying? Some Tupac at the club. You know what I'm saying? You know, take our girl out. You know what I'm saying? When I was working, I remember taking my Mexican girlfriends. We'll go to see going to North and Cumbia Club together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. You know, and before she cheated on me, okay. She got cheated on with that brother too. Showed anyway, pouring in here, her Yellowbone sister. That's good for her behind. I'm glad she did. I'm glad she got what she deserved, because she had a business cheating on me. I loved her. I was gonna take her out to the Tejano Club, the Norteño Club, dance some cumbia with her, eating salsa club. You know what I'm saying? She don't like salsa, but I wasn't. Me and her was gonna go. I had some plans, you know. And so anyway, but me and her, I'm glad I broke up with her. She got cheated on with some brother, some crazy ghetto ass brother, and some thought he was a male hoe thought slept with them yellow girl was playing with him, and she got fired, and then he cheated on her with that yellow ball looking like Faith Evans, but there's a weave in her head. I don't forget them days. Showed it back in '99. I was good for my Hispanic girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, lying from Monterey, lying on me. No, not me. No, going behind my back, talking to that old crazy old ghetto trash brother. Anyway, point is, yeah, I went there. Anyway, point is, so. All right, so but my point is, back in the day, we had plans to go to the club, get a nice apartment. Apartments here in Houston were like 300, 200 some dollars, 300, 400 some dollars. Oh, they were cheap. They were nice. They wasn't ghetto. Okay, they was nice. They were no Section 8. Okay, they went on projects. We want to live good, baby. And back in the days, Clinton. That's why we love Clinton. At the time, we know he was a deceiver at the time. Because it was a lot of jobs. If you ain't like one job, you go to another job. Oh, don't forget them doggone baby. I ain't forget because them jobs. As soon as there was drama on there, you gonna fire my ass. I'm out of here. I'm going to put another application in. Oh, you know what I'm saying? For real. You know, baby. And then I was trying to be my own boss then. And then he had scams like Equinox International. I'm one of the victims, okay? From Equinox International, they scam my behind. I mean, I'm trying to be my own boss for them. In Fire Secure Dallas. Okay, I go ahead with the other company. So, I never get. Everybody was trying to get their own place, be their own individual. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I was going to Leah. It was why you didn't go to college right then. Well, I didn't go to college because I didn't have the money. First of all, knowing my parents, I didn't have my parents' income. Okay, you know, that form say parents, not grandparents. Second off, when I did put my grandparents on there, by them have retirements in middle class, the money we had to get a loan. When I'm independent and I'm financially under low income, I was able to get grants. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, with financial aid, I didn't know how to write an essay at the time. I even asked teachers to teach them want to help. They went by a 5-point scale or a 4-point scale at my school. They want me to add up. I'm like, I don't know how to add up all my scores because if I had a 3-point scale. No, it's a 5-point scale. Whatever, the lower point scale we had, it gave me 2.75 on the higher scale, not the actual. The actual scale was 3.0. Okay, but when it went 5, yes, they did to my school. One I did not like at the school. It was mostly Hispanic, and if I knew about my Hispanic rules, now I wouldn't apply for. Trust me, okay. Apply for both the black and Hispanic. Okay, good, right? They had and then two by me put multiracial on my applications. They would disqualify me too, okay? You know, right? Because I did identify when I put the SAT was other on the form back in 1997. And ASCT, they had a multiracial category for that. I said, oh, good. Let me go and represent my school. Whereas this was when Tiger Woods was talking about his carbon day. Don't forget them doggone days. Came back in 97, okay? You know, so I said, they got multiracial. I said, yeah, let me represent multiracial up on my application. I bugged it too. I said, ooh, that's my, we gonna get our category. We gonna get our category back in 2000. Oh, yes, we see it on there. Okay, so I forget. Yes, I bubbled in multiracial on that show. Did. So, I don't know if I high score on there, but it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was. That's why you see more political movies. Yeah, it was. But at the same time, the baby boom generation, as I said, Martin, he used the baby generation. They didn't care about our generation. I'm sorry, you had those in my situation. Didn't want me to be independent since I did not act like their expectation. Tried to stop me, try to scourge me to be independent. Didn't care about me as long as I had a roof over my head by somebody else. Okay. And I'm almost 40 and still trying to make it. Because when the recession hit, I never forget it recession in 2001 when Bush came in the seat, it messed everybody's life up, okay? And you start seeing white people, especially when the Enron scam came in, who had never been on unemployment, was getting unemployment. Never been on no food stamps, okay? I'll never forget this. Recession hit, but they had to blame their President Bush. I'm sorry. President Bush got votes and this was the votes were, because I know people who are either both Catholic and Protestant who are white, who will say they would be Democratic. But when the abortion issue, when he said that he's against abortion and Gore is for abortion, that's what made him get votes. A lot of people ain't looking at it. I always tell people who are Democrat, you need to join pro-life Democrats, because this is what they're saying. We're going to vote against God or for God. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the cold language right there. A lot of people don't understand. As a Catholic who debated white people who was Democrats doing Kennedy, okay, in them days, in Carter, they all became Republican because of that issue. Then they got brainwashed for white supremacy from that department. You know what I'm saying? I noticed. I said, excuse me, I am not a baby killer. And you gotta know your research that Nixon is the one who made abortion legal, who was Republican, not the other candidate. Okay? And then you gotta understand the reason I'm Democrat is for social issues. Because I don't look like a white man. I am mixed with Caucasian. But I don't look like my Caucasian ancestor. Okay? This country was made for white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant male. Okay? And if you're going to go detail, straight, white, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant, racist males. Kind of like it is, okay? And, who are conservative Protestant, not liberal. Kind of like it is, okay? Not moderate. And that's what it was made for. So, me going Republican is like kicking me in the head. I can pull myself by my bootstraps. I did so many thousand times. Trust me. I still didn't get the job that I want. I cut my hair 10 years ago. Okay? Even probably down my back right now if I didn't cut it. And still didn't get no job. Without the fade, without the fro. Okay? Still, not in a small baby fro. Still didn't get a job. I had temp jobs. And you can tell somebody behind closed doors was playing puppeteer and setting someone a failure. Okay? They was laughing. You can tell I heard so many stories about people in the HR department laughing about this person didn't get this job. Saying already ain't gonna get the job. Not knowing what that person's capable of doing. They need to get a shitty old person on a job that's their favorite and it bites in the ass and they want to get our butt hurt about it. Which is cool. They should, because you should look at people's people, what they're capable of doing, because what that person needs something to eat. And then 9 times maybe then when recession hit, I saw former bosses of mine, okay, who was struggling, ride a bus with me. I never get that. They was riding nice cars back in 1990, 2000 something. But when that recession hit, I saw a boss who was mean to me on the bus. I never forget, one, she wasn't mean, she was Hispanic. She was at the worst, depressed. Yes. This bald head, brother, camel skin, military, arrogant. He was cool, but one time I made a mistake. He turned to a mean person. I never get that old crazy ass fool. He on the bus with me. I tried to bring it. So you remember he talked to me crazy? Oh, he tried to gaslight. I'm like, I ain't gonna act a fool on the bus. Not today. For real. So they gotta know that a lot of people thought that they can laugh. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's gonna happen to you. It's true. The arrogance. And in the state of Texas, it's the worst place to work. People come. I was telling this brother from Detroit. Although we know better than them. Our veterans, yeah, they don't treat veterans of color. Look what happened to that white woman put her hands on them two sisters at Cheddar's. When they talk about treat veterans, the veterans don't treat better. I worked at veterans, and a lot of veterans end up being homeless, PTSD. Okay, don't get no proper help. A lot of people who are homeless are ex-veterans. And they serve their country. I'm glad that I almost did join the military, but I'm glad I didn't. And I was joining the military not to fight for the country. No, I can care less. Let me tell you something. When your country does not give you the proper needs, I'm not saying to depend on it like welfare. I'm talking about give you the opportunity to get your own stuff, and you have people invading your rights, like in my situation. using their belief system that I don't share. Um, and you do tell proper authorities and they try to butt in too. Okay, you said fuck America. Okay, I was going to the military when the bald head heifer didn't let me go to the Job Corps. And Gary, I'm glad she didn't, but she still could gave me other options because I was young, trying to get my own stuff together. She hold my paper up. 2002, I was gonna go to the Air Force, and what stopped me because of my mental, my past psychiatric situation, and my asthma. You know, because I didn't care if I had to die in an airplane in Iraq. Okay, as long as I'm not going back to my family house or whatever and deal with it, you know what I'm saying, for real. They sold out the Yuppie. I actually like the Yuppies those days. I don't have no problem with Yuppies was that's when we was coming up in the 80s. The Yuppies were doing good. We wanted to be like them. They had their own job. They was going to the club. They was dressed in nice outfits. Especially, you know what I'm saying, I'm a very fashionable person. So a lot of the guys dressed in nice outfits. I remember the Miami Vice look at them days in the 80s. That's how I like to dress like. Okay. You know, they will, they had independence. The rent was cheap. They were 200 a time. Minimum wage was cheap, but still you had jobs in the 80s. Of course, the job market was going so because of the Reagan, and then you had the crack booming stuff was going on at the time. But at the same time, the Yuppies was making it. We watched those movies with Bruce, not Bruce Lee. What's his name? For Moonlighting. I'm going to Reaganomics. Yeah, Reaganomics. Yeah, showed it. Reaganomics. Yeah, that's true. They did. They did. So they did. They did sold out actually, and they was the one buying the cocaine anyway too. The ones who had the money, cause like Whitney Houston, crack is cheap, cocaine is expensive. You know what I'm saying? So they were, and you know what I'm saying. So the how they got introduced, and like I said, you deal with people who are broken. One thing about the baby boomers, that many who I got my ass whipped and everything else, and then also they had those who found they got abused, sexual abuse as well. Okay, they was, it seemed to me that the drugs they was taking was to seduce them from feeling self pity and whatever abuse, whether it's getting beaten or whipping or getting sexual abuse or verbal abuse from the bad generation, the popular generation, okay, who say, well, my mama did that to me, okay, those children end up using drugs to sedate, them from feeling self pity, okay, and they got so hooked on it because they want to feel good because they never felt so good through those abuses. You know what I'm saying? So instead of taking the healthy drugs like the antidepressants and all that other stuff, or the herbs and vegetables you buy from Whole Food store, they're going to the drug dealer, the crack dealer, the cocaine dealer, the weed dealer, and to try to stop, to forget about them problems. But the problems are still there once they off when they withdraw. And then they do a lot of things since they let the substance control them. They start acting a fool. Yeah, they hated Bernie because Bernie was a fair man. Hillary was a puppet. Hillary is not. Let me say something. Hillary Clinton, it was not a good match when she fought against Obama. Right there, everybody. It's not because she's a white woman. When I heard Obama speak, and this was I was in Job Corps. Me and these two Hispanic guys, we went to Washington D.C. for Represent School for a conference, and Job Corps conference in Washington D.C. 2004. Okay, July 2004. And when I was in my roommate, he was from the not the New York City one, but he's from Upper New York. He was a dark skinned brother from he was a Pentecostal. He thought he was homophobic because he told me to kill me, dude. Dude, you try to kill me, I might end up killing him. No, no, So I'm like, dude, he was a Pentecostal too. I said, oh, my head thing, that's your religion, not to kill. And point is, so he was from there. And we watched Barack Obama speak. This was time he said, "Well, I'm from white about black father from Africa," and this and that at the Democrat convention when John Kerry was running, and that was my vote for then. We were going to vote for Hillary. I was. I say when they said that Condoleezza Rice was. Now see that I want everybody to understand. Condoleezza Rice is Mr. Black, White, American. Her DNA test proving that. Okay. I don't care. She defines black. I don't care. I was not going to vote for no doggone Condoleezza Rice. I felt like, what's the name? Dave Chappelle in that skit. Condoleezza Rice. Okay? I'm not voting for that. I was going to vote for Hillary. I never get polls all over the internet was saying, would you vote for Hillary or Condoleezza? I said, no, we're going to vote for Hillary. We not voting for no Condoleezza Rice. We know what she going to do. Okay? She's Bush puppet. Oh no. So, when Barack Obama stepped in, I see, I have my vote. But if he don't run, here is going to be my vote. And because Condoleezza trying to run. And I don't care about her being a sister. She not getting my vote. We know what her agenda is. Okay? You know what I'm saying? We already know what she going to get. They going to get her the coon as a president. She going to be the butt dancing coon for the white racist people in the Republic. I already know exactly what's gonna happen, baby. I don't care about her being one drop of black DNA, my complexion. Don't care. I'm not voting for no damn con. I'm like, Dave Chappelle, Condoleezza Rice. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a Mexican name. Well, ain't because her name. I know y'all laughing. A multiple party. That's right. No, they don't want a multiple party system. They don't. They showed out. They don't want one. But for real, I felt like Dave Chappelle when he's when she tried to run. When I heard she run for president, what Condoleezza Rice? I was like, oh hell to no. I'm not voting for no Condoleezza. No, we're not voting for no Condoleezza. I don't care if she part of the black race. I'm not voting for no Condoleezza. Okay. You know, she did us wrong. She was Democrat and she went with Bush. Bush hired her, one of her puppets, okay? You know what I'm saying? What his puppets try to say. I said, no, we don't care. They only got to use someone. The only time they'll get someone African or some of color if they're speaking the same mouthpieces there. Y'all should know that by now, okay? So, when Obama came in, and he really like, really? Not because she a woman. Not because she white. It was something about her. And I wasn't going to vote for her. I said, all right, to pick Barack Obama 2004. I'm not voting. And you can't say race. He part white. Well, all of us are, but he is part white, you know. So, his mama do have black ancestry. Later on, found out later on. She's slave ancestry, no indentured servants, okay, who married a black slave, okay. So, she is part black, too. And that's how, but you know what I'm talking about. So, anyway, I was like, no, I'm not voting for Hillary. So, when Hillary lost, and I'm glad she did, okay, and Obama came in, I didn't vote for Obama because to be on welfare. Let's get that straight. I see them coons, these white racist people making bills of, we gonna get free phones. No, I didn't vote for Obama to get no free phone and no damn Section 8 public house. I voted for to get a high paying position, get the hell out of my grandma's house, get me a car, get out of Texas. Ooh, yes. Go to New York, live in them lofts. You know what I'm saying? That's why I vote for it. I vote for because I wanted my future to be that. It was some changes. I did get out of my family house. I'm living in the projects now, which is silly. I think I got home, but I didn't want to live there. That was not my dream. But living in Texas, when I hear Trump said what we had to lose, I had different opinion. I kind of agree with him on that. But at the same time, my first point is that our anarchic movement started in why we started anarchic. Okay, let me get to the point of that, and I'm part of the anarchic movement back in the Generation X. We had bad leadership. Okay, many of us, we were beaten against it or not, have a gift of discernment. If that person is not teaching us right, treating us right, as mutual respect, you're not gonna get no one's not gonna, we're not gonna listen to that, okay? And it was a generation before us that also went on media like Oprah Winfrey that told us that this type of parenting or type of stewardship was not right. So we had an anarchic movement that we didn't care, but while we was being anarchic, we was trying to be self-sufficient, okay? The millennials, me and them trying to be anarchic and still stay at home on purpose. We want our own. We don't want to deal with mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, whoever who can give us problems or anybody. We want our own, so be independent. We have our own money and work for our own. Not work just to be someone's employee. Work to make ends meet. But I can't speak for all generation X who's American like myself. We want to have our own business. Those who speak my language, whoever come on my video, go ahead and agree with me and put in the comment section. We want our own businesses. We wanted just when the internet came in. The idea of the internet was to make our own business. If you like entertainment, you can be a star by sharing your music and videos and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Across the globe and stuff. Meeting people. What I love about the internet, you meet people who part of the music industry who can probably get you on. You have frauds that too, be careful as well. But that was the idea. We didn't want to be anarchic and be dependable on our enemy. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to break away from the abusive nature of that stewardship, whether it be at school or whatever. Go to school for ourselves so we can be educated, because without any education you cannot do anything in life. Have our own stuff so we don't have to worry about bumping heads with that enemy who's supposed to be taking care of us and making us be dependable on them. So that was the reason why we had anarchy. Okay, and with the anarchy, being independent, being grown, was a gift. We didn't want to be a child of someone else's. Like, the reason why baby boomers like that, because they felt us with their parenting. You had those who didn't take care of their children. In my situation, my two parents didn't take care of me. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the outcome I came up, that's not my fault. I didn't make myself together. They had laid down back in them days in 78 or 79, whatever, before I was conceived, okay? Which caused that situation. Personal responsibility. The one thing about millennials, baby boomers, they don't like to admit that they're wrong. And the Papa Doors generation too. They don't understand. They don't analyze their belief system. They was told not to question. But if it's causing a problem, you have to question. Okay? You have to see whether it's for you or not. We ain't probably because we were not taught to be self-sufficient. I'm called like it is. If a parent was teaching their child, okay, to when they get older to try to survive, take care of money, save money, budgeting, have your own, think about having your own business. Okay, one thing I like the President Trump, but I do give him credit. He taught all his kids to have business etiquette, to run the family business, and even have their own business. If many parents taught their children that, and if our public schools had an entrepreneur class, you would have this high poverty rate. You wouldn't have this high. I'm calling like it is, but when the capitalist country wants to teach you that go to school to be a worker, okay, and that's the only income you got, because one thing about us, Generation X and those millennials and XY, we're learning how to hustle, not hustle street corner hustle. Hustle as in, like I sell t-shirts. Y'all see me putting t-shirts on, that's my hustle, okay? Donate plasma. I donate plasma. Today I'm going to donate plasma because I'm off today. Work more than one job, to make ends meet. We're learning that, so we don't want to be in a grandmother's house or grandparents' house or on Section 8, okay? And declare this out. White people on Section 8 public housing, they have to look for a job to pay a low rent, okay? Food stamps do not allow people to be on food stamps and not look for work. You have to look for work in order to get food stamps. I don't know who came up with that idea. That was the 80s, maybe. But in today's society, when I signed up for my food stamps for the first time back in 2012, they told me we need a list of you looking for work. Okay? So, and you know what I'm saying? And you have to make it in time. And if you don't make it in time, you get denied. Okay? And that's how it goes. So, and I've been looking for work. You know what I'm saying? I was exempt from the program because my crazy doctor one time told the state that to exempt me. Okay? But at the same time, I know, hey, that's the one. I am looking for work to get unemployment while because in Texas you can get unemployed if you work part time or not working every day. Young people taking care of their mothers and children, and young people living at home. Not yeah, okay, that's cool, but not every family does that. The reason why you have people who will take care of families, okay, because it's a healthy family. If you have toxic family members, they're not gonna come around that person. It's not because they have resentment. They don't want to go back to that situation, that terrible toxic situation. So they have people who take care of families, and yes, but people are complaining about that 30-some-year-old person don't want to get out the house and work. And my question is, that person when they turn 18, did steward, their guardian, their parent, their grandmother, grandfather, they till they wasn't grown at 18 years old when they supposed to be told you grown, they want to let go of the umbilical cord. Because if the person's not been taught to be self-sufficient, they'll stay at home and they're gonna get up at life. You know, they'll stay at where they at. And yeah, they can stay home all they want to. They can stay home all they want to, but what do you benefit from? Yeah, okay, I understand that the Danes have a system like that, but not everybody live by that system. And the reason why you have people who don't, like in my case, I had family members who was sick, but it wasn't that you want to take care of them. If your family member who was around before they got sick was telling you ain't gonna be nothing, you shouldn't drive, and they kept talking you crazy, and they kept giving you low self esteem, felt less about who you are, to the point you want to take your life, and you're trying to heal from that. You don't want to remind them of that, you know. And they excuse their behavior instead of confronting their behavior, because respect goes both ways. You know, it is what a lot of people don't understand. That's the whole reason why that we as a people, you know, we can give up the functional upbringing. You're not gonna have a functional family. I'm called like it is. And people don't like it because we're more advanced today. It's more integrated today, and people are outspoken about it. Ain't like it used to be when people was accustomed to it. You know, and you want your children to be in self-sufficient. I'm sorry, I don't want my kids being taken care of by me at over the age 18. Okay, yes, they might have to come and stay home, but they got families. They should have families too, right? They have kids, responsibility to take care of. So when I'm dead and gone, who gonna take care of them? When I have kids, when I get married, who gonna take care of my kids? And they grown, they 30, 40, 50 years old. I'm still running their lives like they still kids. Who gonna take care of them behind one day when I'm gone? A lot of folks ain't looking at that. Life is too short. So when you have people like me at my age who want it, that's why I look at the future. I'm not looking at the past to the present. I'm looking at the present to the future. Because I told myself, if I don't do something now, I knew as young though, that if I continue to let these people run my life, they're gonna run to the ground that I can't get up. And I was right. I was right. Oh, I'm bad. I'm disobedient. I'm a disrespectful. If I am, you don't want that person in your house, whether it's your child or not, because they're not gonna change. You can't change an adult. When you turn 18, I'm sorry, those rights are going away. Because what would you believe in? The law can come in and say, excuse me, you can no longer tell your child what to do if they're over the age 18 by law. Whether it was your part of your religion, that don't matter. Okay? You know, so that person should be out of their house because they should be self-sufficient. They should not be taken care of by the older people in the family when they are healthy and grown. I'm sorry. Yeah, and I say the same thing, you know. But a lot of people want to keep their old traditions. They want to keep their old tradition. They want more about that than they were about the person's being. And that's selfish on that part. That's where the baby boomers fail right there. Cause when those baby boomers are dead and gone, these kids, these millennials, are the next generation. Okay. Like, for example, I tell people I'm getting old. You're not getting old. Yes, I am getting old. I'll be 40 next year. Next 20 years from there, I'll be 60. Okay? I'm not 19 no more. I'm not 25 no more. I look good because I take care of myself. Okay? You know? So that's why I look this way. But no, I'm getting old. I'm old enough to be some of these millennials' parents. Okay? Those are young people. I'm an old man, and I happy. I never liked to be a child. I like Michael Jackson. I hated being told what to do. I hated having rules that I didn't agree with forced upon me. I wanted my own. Okay, and I wanted to get away from people who didn't like what I, take it or leave it, and get away from them so they can give what they want, and they can give me what I want, and go about our business. And I'm happy with that. But people don't like to see that because they want to control somebody. They want someone to control. And I understand why they go after people who don't like to be controlled. There's a bunch of people who have weak minds who don't mind having some person controlling them. Then you go after those people. Somebody like myself, leave us alone. We ain't begging on their doors and screaming, hooping, and hollering for them to come in. But as a person that's greedy for their control, it's selfish for their control, they want dominance so they can feel good about themselves because they're insecure. You know. No, well, I don't agree with the Protestant work ethic. Oh, let me charge the phone. I don't agree with that. I'm an ex-Protestant. Because that was a Calvinistic, John Calvin type interpretation, saying that some people predestined to have something better than more, and that's not true. That's not true. A man does not work, does not eat, and a lot of our people. It's one thing that people, as a Catholic myself, okay. One thing that I read in scripture that we hold on to is faith without works is dead. Okay? And when I was a Protestant, I knew that you had to work on to get what you want, but I thought it was given to you. And I remember praying and not getting it. Okay? So when I work hard to get it, then I get it. That's why people say, you're a hard working person because of my belief system. I'm not perfect, but and a lot of people about Latinos who about that Latino, there are African Americans who are Catholic like myself. I'm also Hispanic, Spanish Creole, not from Latin America. But those Latinos, whether they're ex-Catholics, became Protestant, or they're Catholic, many of the group in the culture would not get baptized or whatever the color is, they're taught to work hard because figure our works is dead. Okay? A lot of African American people was taught from the Protestant, especially from this part of the country, that something is given to you if it's meant for you to get it. Okay? You understand that it was white John Calvin, who's French, who's Presbyterian, who burned people estates, okay? Who was destructive in his interpretation, taught that a lot of white people who came here with that belief system when it came to the Americans, that's why they felt they can take over the land, okay? You understand? Not to bash my white ancestors, white people, okay? But I will bash the white ancestors parties, okay? Because I don't did it, okay? I'm just saying. They felt that America belonged to them, okay? That's why they say this is my country until this is not Europe, okay? They saw the Americans as some pagans. Yeah, they're practicing some other god, okay? But it was not right to go steal their land. My other people. And to go to Africa, it's the same thing about Africans, okay? Race and religion has a lot to do with this. When they took this land and brought Africans, they interpreted that those Africans were cursed by Ham, whatever, misinterpretation of the Bible, made to be slaves and be obedient, okay? Then, too, they taught the slaves that you had to be where you at because it was predestined for them to be slaves. Okay? So, and it has a lot to do with color because many of us, majority of us, dark or light, whatever, are not pure black people. Why do you think that many people who are lighter skinned, including a light brown complexion like myself, have businesses? Yes, there's dark skinned brothers and sisters who have businesses too. But why do you think even during Jim Crow, with the Blue Vein Society, with the paper bag, light brown paper bag test, okay, and hair comb, you saw this idea that you had to have your own business to be close to master, or be not looking like Akon or the Pitioka. Okay? Yeah, I get my point. That poisoning back in slavery. Back in them days, that's what they was teaching. So you have people who was the older generation who never emancipate themselves from that, later on raising kids. And their children come out lighter and darker in different shades. And you notice, not all the time, I'm not saying every family, but you notice in some families, the dark skin one will be the real dark one, will be the one who got the most whippings, told they ain't gonna be nothing in life. And then you had a bright high yellow look like Captain or look like Mariah Carey. Well, let me get to the point. So, what happened is they was taught that we were, that we supposed to be submissive. And I see this mentality, even those who are like to me, they're submissive toward white people on the job. They scared. They be the baddest brother in the block. But when, you know what I'm saying? Let me get to the part. I'll get to the part about the, it's not, we worshiping ourselves. We're individuals. We don't want to be part of a corrupt group. We have our own life to live. I'll get that later on. Hold on, Mary. So they're telling folks that you have to be like white people to make money and to be independent. And this has been taught in our schools when a brother or sister is talking proper English. Brothers sisters who dumb down when they get a mentality, you talk like them white folks. You don't be us niggas. See, even the inferior complex, us niggas, instead of us black people, something respectful of who they are. Did I get my point? So, if you're telling your population that mess, they're gonna think that something's given to them. When integration happened, it was given by God. I'm called like it is. But you had people, I'm sorry to say this, living like slaves during their freedom time. Called like it is. Still going along with the slave master's mindset. Not being emancipated. And the ones who were in the community who got rich and famous, or even they were poor, they would try to attack that person because they had self-worth and they didn't. I call it like it is. Okay? Because my question is to the buzz on the block, if you are the baddest man and all tough, why are you not man enough to make your own business if the white man can give you a job? Because back in the day, our people doing segregation, when it was one approach to integration, was making their own businesses and being independent and being individualistic in a needed society, because you had people in your own community who didn't want you to have nothing. And you had people who were white who didn't want you to have anything. Okay? That's why. Second of all, because I'm trying to make my own business now, even with this internet here. Okay? Second of all, when you're telling someone that, like I say, in the Catholic religion, we're taught that favor our works is dead. If you don't, which is it's biblically correct, if you don't believe in something and you're going to work hard, you'll never get. I never forget as a child, before I changed religions, I was told it would be given to me. That's not true. Okay? And white people who was Protestant, who believed that, thought that they white skin, okay, in America, and then the interpretation of the Bible, was given by God. They were close to God more than other people around the world, and the gold was theirs, and all the others, and all, thank you, okay? And people color supposed to submit to them in high degrees of lightness. Yes, but let me get to the point. Okay? So my point is that's why you see that mentality. And so you put these people amongst immigrants who believe in working for something to get it, it becomes a problem. Because I was working at an event recently, and we tell my story. My supervisor is Latino Chicano. Okay? Him and I, we get along. It's weird that I get along with our Latino importers. So there were these sisters. Here we go. A young and an old one. They and his other brother, they didn't understand that I was hard worker. The white people at the event and other people saying you're doing a great job because I believe in working hard. They believe in just do it and not do it right. Just no matter, just get out the way. Like, no, we're trying to protect with security. We need to make sure they pass that metal detector thing. They was getting mad and talking to me crazy. I had to get my Hispanic boss to stop that mess. Okay? And other people saw that I was trying to work hard, work with the customers, work with the people. And every time I kept asking my people after my assent, can you please tell these people, they ain't got to do, because they've been taught that if it's given to you, it will remain that way. No, it's not. Okay? It's not permanent. They also taught you don't work hard. Long as you know what I'm saying? And that's a false interpretation about it. You work hard for something, you'll get it. You work hard because it's not, and that's one thing about the Section 8 and public housing. The people on Section 8 and public housing, I've noticed this, not all, love the fact living for free. I'm not saying that it's better. No, why it's not better. That's their interpretation. I'm getting to the point. Let me get to the point. Let me finish, okay? What I'm saying is they think it's being black is bad because with their mamas and daddies, I'm sorry to say it, passed that slave tradition from slavery to Jim Crow and then had to agree with dark and light you or because we not pure black people, okay? They feel they had to be extra ghetto to show off on their friends and the fear complex, and they think that working smarter, okay, besides working harder, working smarter as well is not worth it. You're supposed to be the expectation of white supremacy because your friends, because this is always something the white man ain't gonna like you, but your friends ain't gonna like you either. So who should like? You should like yourself. It don't matter, right? And I'm not gonna jeopardize my job because none of them folks don't pay my damn bills. Okay? None of them folks, when the hood rat, the big old hood rat can't stand her, who's out here arguing me, I had to get myself, can I pay my bills? Okay? The brother who's mad at me because he did not want the other person, can I pay my bills if I lost my job? They're not going to do a GoFundMe like the people who killed us in the streets, who police officers get a GoFundMe for their trials and everything else. They're not going to do that for me. Okay? So as I look at it, okay? Listen to somebody who just saying, just talking that chicken shit. So I'm cutting with this, just exactly call it like it is. So, and my supervisor was shocked how hard working I was. Because some of our people have been brainwashed to go backwards with that mess. And it's not just the younger generation. It's also baby boomer, because I know a baby boomer who is old, who's on public house, who did not finish her education, who worked, and she did work, okay? But she was telling me to stay where I at. And I said, no, I'm not. I do not want to live in no public house. I want to get married, have kids. I don't want my kids see no hood rats and thugs acting a fool. You can tell them right from wrong, but if they see a bad example, they'll think it's cool. If you're going to school with kids who are influenced by the example, they'll think it's cool. It's going to be a problem. I don't want that in my kid's life. I'm not putting that poison in my kid's life. So, it's and that's the problem, that the baby boomers right there. I said, that's the problem right there. The mama will try to tell, or the daddy will try to say the music, the media, but they don't have self-worth in their own selves. And they trying to stun block their children from having self-worth and get away from that old drama from slavery and Jim Crow that even our own parents and great-grandparents passed that mess to us, in how they raised us, well, beat, and all the other crap is that psychological damage. If they continue that psychological damage, your generation is not going to survive. A lot of us don't understand that. What they was taught was a business of slavery with a false interpretation of the Bible. Call it like it is. The reason why the slave master destroyed the Bible for business. Slaves had to be obedient to make him make money. It's scheming from that. It's a pimping hoe situation. You know how to pimp whip his hoes, and they bring him the money. That's exactly what they were doing in slavery. It was, and they went. It's the Bible says the love of money is evil. They went against their own conscience, twist the holy book to try to further their slavery. They rape people, they abuse people, all for the love of money. Okay, you understand this? Okay, that's why the Sub-Baptist Convention in the South believed that slavery was okay coming from God based on their false interpretation of Scripture. Okay. So about individuals, I'll get to that point. Individuals is not about worshiping ourselves. If the group is failing, okay, we don't want to be part of any group, okay? No matter what type of structure it is, it's not doing right because we're going to end up having that failure too. If we have goals that we want to achieve on our own, it is selfish for that people in the group to start block that dream. Which I don't like about as individuals, you cannot control our brains. Because the idea of collectivism is the person who's in charge of that group runs that group and tells it what to do and cannot do. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with individualism because we're supposed to have our own brains. That's slavery if we're not individuals. Slavery is abomination. Okay? You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand people complain about individuals because you don't have that person under your belt. That's what colic is. Because if that person was individualistic, you don't have to worry about that. I'm glad that I don't run nobody. I run nobody to me. It's a headache running somebody who don't want to further my doctrinal agenda. You know what I'm saying? I plan on having my own business. And it's going to be a bunch of individuals in our business. I know it's going to be, you have to think ahead of time. There'll be somebody. Yeah, a bit racist toward, but I don't know about that part. I'll look into that about Democrats being racist towards South Americans, whatever. But like I say, I'll look into it later on. But my point is, individuals don't want to be told. We don't want to be told what to do for someone's selfish agenda. We have our own agenda. You have other people who in that group who are individuals. They get away with stuff, but why they can get away with, but we can't get away with. You know what I'm saying? We want our own business. We want our own life. We have a right to have our own life the way we want to. We shouldn't have to confine to someone's dumb expectations. Because I'm not a conformist. I'm not a conformist. I conform when I want to conform. So that's the difference between me and the people. We ain't worshiping ourselves. We know we're not God. But the people that group act like they're God. And they act very demonically like a devil who's trying to be God too. Okay? And they try to tell us what we cannot do with the will, like they are slave master. Slavery died a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So you get my point that individualism, nothing wrong with individualism. A lot of people don't like the fact that we don't run people. That's the difference. See, they not the big person, but their own individual, their own selves. All they have been brainwashed all their life to please other people. But at the same time, people assume that people worship themselves because you have people, you know what I'm saying, and people have used that godlike personality down in them groups to do harmful things to other people too. Okay? And call it coming from God. We know dog way ain't coming from no God. It came from the devil. God allowed it to happen. That's the difference. But it ain't come from no. I mean, if someone kills somebody, you say God commanded that person to kill that person or rape somebody. No, He allowed it to happen. Good, good when bad things happen, good come out of it. But other than that, no, us individuals, we don't want to be someone's slave. Okay, and that group wants you to be their slave, and they be a slave. That person who charged be a slave master, and they be supposed to bow down, kiss their butt, kiss their feet, kiss their legs, and not have no self worth on their own. That's not selfish on that person's end. And then we supposed to conform to their expectation. We don't have no area of any individual freedom of our own, and that's not right. That is not right. Okay, that person who contributed that, who's controlled, that's a selfish narrative so they can feel empowered. Because people like to control other people to feel empowered. It ain't about right and wrong. It's wrong on their end, but they twist it and right wrong to fool people. But they want to control that person so they can feel empowered because they insecure their own self. Okay? Me personally, I'm not gonna beg a person who don't want to follow my agenda. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot of stress, a lot of drama. You know what I'm saying? I always accept that rejection. You never know what's gonna lead to. You don't accept it. So that's the difference between me as an individual. We have a right to be individual. We don't want to be someone that's a slave and be taught. We can read our rules and names. We will talk bad to teachers. Many of us, teachers talk bad to us. Talk to us crazy. We already deal with problems at home. We already did that, and we don't want to go the self-pity mode and want to feel depressed about how you've been treated. So our defense, we went all and told what's on our mind. It ain't like that because now you have to learn how to respect in this situation. You respect the person, you respect me, I respect you. And people are so they don't want selfish doesn't practice that mode. I practice that you respect me, I respect you mode. Because I want to be respected just like everybody else. I don't want people to disrespect me because they have a habit or they can feel great about themselves and feel that gratification. That's all it's about. Like go back to slavery. The reason why they stole the Bible for slavery because it gave the gratification and money. Well, I don't know about the Zika, and I haven't read about that yet. In the Olympics, I haven't read about that. But the truth about it is, I understand he was saying individuals is not caring about other people, but the collectivism does that too. If the individual does not follow their expectations, they don't care about the individual, they even hang on too. So, but when individuals do it to other people, that's when people have a problem. But as you learn in life, and you used to be dependable on people, you start depending on speaking of God, depending on Him. You know what I'm saying? I'm a sinner, okay, but I depend on Him to get me where I go through. I don't depend on mama, daddy, cousin, brother, sister, whatever. Or so-called friend, whatever, because that friend not always a friend. People say it can be friend, but it shows that they actually not. You know what I'm saying? So people, over since 2012, I've been praying to God, and I'm still here in my own apartment. I went back home to my grandma's house, and one thing about me being brainwashed when I did make my do self-pity my own self about when I was in El Paso ready to leave Job Corps, the program, because I did my 2 years vocation. I self-pity thought I would not make it in El Paso because I was not from there. I didn't have no family down there. And when I went back home, I said, I self-pity myself again. I said, I should never self-doubt myself. I could have made it in El Paso, Texas. I thought that there was no jobs out there. No, people say that, and one thing we got so close to being confined to keep limiting ourselves. You can't limit yourself. You have to have your eyes open to everything. Take the road that people don't take and all this other stuff, and seek and find out the altar. You gotta do all that to find make your own opportunity. Like right now, I'm trying to learn about making my own t-shirt businesses. Yeah, I see I got t-shirts on my videos. I can put all my videos with t-shirts on it. But my Zacchaeus Team Zacchaeus, that's my other hustle. Okay, I got coffee mugs. I have hoodies, ladies muscle shirts and stuff. With Team Zacchaeus on there. Cause people who like to watch my channel, they can give in, and the stuff is cheap. It ain't expensive. It ain't no Gucci. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to say I'm being cheap. You know what I'm saying? Being not cheap, being expensive. It ain't no Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't selling Gucci. Gucci Zacchaeus. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He said so. I ain't said no Calvin Klein, you know what I'm saying, Yeezys and stuff, and Jordans for $300 and hair extension money for $200 piece of $350, whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't selling that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not selling that. I'm selling some cheap products, and to my audience, who want to enjoy, Okay, well, not all liberals. Okay, that Zika. And I remember Olympics. When the white guys went down Olympics and was thug it out, them swimmers thug it out. Talking about yeah, I remember now. I remember it was a couple years ago with the Olympics. You're sure right. Okay, that's not the liberals that I follow. Okay, on my own, I'm a pro-life liberal. I would never suggest abortion. Okay. Actually, it's actually white conservatives who are racist who pay for the abortions too to go to South America. Let's get this straight. They did one here in Houston, here in the States. Well, a white man who was an anti-abortion, pretending to be a white racist, called Planned Parenthood, said I want to donate to kill a black baby. They donating to Planned Parenthood. They just teaching the Right of Life to movement instead of being multiracial with the language. They teaching only for white kids because the white population is dying out. You know what I'm saying? And it's also Democrats who are pretending to be Democrats who are racist who tell our people of color to go along with it. Okay? Not knowing, and the sad part, you're not in the anti-racist movement. You have the people who are abortionists or disguise themselves to be anti-racist, but they are, and they're telling people all to be anti racism. You have to join this pro-abortion campaign. So it's like the folks who live in enjoy the benefits and those who probably be the future don't. That's exactly what they're trying to do. A lot of folks don't understand that. So South Americans need to stop allowing everybody in their dang own country coming in telling some type of agenda. Need to examine the people agenda because, for example, not only you have the white Protestants going there, and attacking the Catholic Church and everything else, and down there, and that's why convert the Protestants and stuff, and the people within the church who's not teaching their faith, okay, who not, you know what I'm saying. George Wallace, you can talk about the segregationists. The Dixiecrats left and became Republican, brother. Remember when John F. Kennedy became Democrat? That's when those Dixiecrats became Republican. Yeah, the Republican Party, the party shifted in the 60s because the Democrat Party supported the civil rights movement. The Republican Party, like Nixon, didn't. Goldwater, Hillary Clinton's friend, okay? He was a segregationist and Republican. She was one of his interns. Okay? So, yeah, I understand, yeah. I would not, but it's up to, and you have Latinos, and I'm sorry to say about Latino brothers and sisters, who's not all, but who are liberal, who immigrants who come to not to understand that American value system here is very corrupt. Okay? For example, I sing in Spanish music. I couldn't sing the English songs I cuss on in a Spanish song. Let me explain why. Yeah, maybe a reggaeton, maybe some urban, some type of music, or maybe I would not sing like corridos, okay? But the traditional Spanish music, okay, has to be neutralized and family oriented. Okay? In America, if I sing English, I can sing one way for those who are family oriented and those who are not. Do you get my point? Yes, the Spanish music is explicit lyrics, but it's not the norm. In America, it is. Okay? So, for example, I was deciding that too. I said, if I do start singing, I cannot. There's certain numbers growing up. I said I cannot sing the stuff like a hip hop station or rock that's very explicit or nature of it. I said cuss words. Just cannot talk about a Spanish song because it's going to be around families. In America, we know how to differentiate the child and the family. You used to tell the kids, go in your room, mom and dad watching some things, or us grown folks talking, we don't need you in the room, type mess. It goes in the Hispanic culture too, but I'm just saying, you mostly hear songs that's family oriented. Reggaeton, nah. Okay, well, but bombing abortion clinics is also murder too. No, but let me say this. Bombing abortion clinics is also murder too. Okay? They know different than abortionists. There's people that work there who don't know that abortion is, who've been taught that abortion is correct when it's not. So if me go killing, bombing the abortion clinic, Actually, that evangelical went by his own misinterpretation of the Bible. Okay, like they had. I'm not Muslim. I don't believe in the Quran. You know what I'm saying? I don't. But I did criticize that abortion clinic. You know what I'm saying? Does it matter? It does matter to the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant country. This country was not made. Yes, the first Europeans that came here were Catholic, the Spaniards. Okay, but let me explain something. A lot of folks don't know the English, the Anglo-Saxon took over America. Okay, and be honest with you, they cheated. Like here in Texas, Santa Ana was winning. Okay, and the change such Santa Ana was winning to keep Texas, Mexico. Stop slavery in Mexico. Okay, if he was not on drugs and have this women problem, because he, you know, when he saw the mulatto, Yellow Texas, he would have won. Sam Houston knew how to make him. You know how a person enemy knows. They look at your fallings, how to bring you down. It even did with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson loved children, not lust. Loved children. To get at Michael Jackson and turn his image upside down, they pay people to pretend that he was getting raped by them, okay, in order to try to get him his image down. That's exactly his image, excuse me. So say they was Santa Ana. Santa Ana was fighting, and I guess Sam Houston knew, and those people in his group knew that the man had problem with drugs and problem with women, okay? And they got the Yellow Rose, Texas. You know what I'm saying? The Yellow woman, and then they had some drugs ready for him, so that's how they can win the war. A lot of the wars, I can say this, except for Civil War, but I can say the white supremacy, they always trick people, fool people. Yeah, so I criticize that doctor for, I mean, that preacher's bumming abortion clinics. We should not bomb. I mean, what are you doing the same thing they're doing? You know, and then you have people who do not know, which have been taught that abortion was okay. You know, by misguidance. So that's, you know, and then you have people who they're too probably they're trying to stop someone get aborted. You never know. So their life should be killed. No, what they need to do is stop funding Planned Parenthood. Okay. Um, and one thing I have to give Trump credit, he said he funded his own campaign. Obama is the one who needed Planned Parenthood's money. Hillary Clinton, and you know they needed money because they didn't have the money to fund their campaign. So whatever, you know what I'm saying. And even Jesse Jackson, you know, that's how he started believing abortion was okay, because he was almost aborted. You know, he was almost aborted, and when I was watching Black and Catholic on EWTN back in 2003, and Miss Greer, the Dolores Greer, and the light skinned brothers on there, they was talking about how Planned Parenthood was genocide to our community. I thought I was 23 years old at the time. I never forget that. And I was saying that what it was, that Jess Jackson was against it. Because his mulatto father, who had own business, had an affair with his mom, who black and American descent. And she kept the baby. But the high brother, his dad, was trying to get him killed. So he was against abortion, but when he was running for campaign for president, that's when he changed his mindset. NAACP later on started to agree with abortion being okay. And every time a lot of the clergy members who are African descent, whether African American or Catholic or whatever, African Catholic or Protestant, will protest, the media, they'll put this big old sheet around those protesters and show to the media that people will be at, you know, NAACP's conventions. So, and one thing that people understand, the old Pastor Poe child, It's the main reason why abortion became legalized. I mean, it's about African American people. It was against it. Margaret Sanger, and she knew to go to the mean spiritual abusive preachers in the African American Protestant churches who would tear you down with a false interpretation of scripture if they protest against it, knowing that in their countries the abortion is in South of birth, with birth control is against God. Okay, so she knew. She was an atheist. No, we don't believe in no, we don't believe in death penalty. No, we don't. Let me squash that right there. There are Catholics who do believe in death penalty individually, but that's against our faith too. Because only God takes a life, even killer, even a murder, even a rapist. Um, Bishop, what's the name? He Italian. Cardinal. No, Carlo Donato, whatever his name is. He's um I talked to him before. He's the cardinal here. He led protests to Austin to go against abortion. Gary Graham, when Gary Graham here in Houston was about to get convicted, when I was growing up, they were trying to put him in death penalty. It was Black Creole Catholic Church in the City Gas, Citywood area was having meetings. We always see it in our pamphlets, our church. What's the St. Peter Claver on Wayside, by Homestead area. They would have meetings going to protest against Gary Graham getting killed. That's how I know. Yeah, we was the main, and you had many pro-life, anti-death penalty people. We don't believe in death penalty. We do not. That's not our part. We have people who do, okay, individually, but the faith does not agree with death penalty. Only God takes life, and it always go back to what Jesus had the two thieves on the crucified. So that's the whole reason why. That's why I do say death penalty on my own. And I know I'm being evil. But many times I say a life in prison on my videos. That's the reason why. Even Selena's killing. I was trying my best back in '95 not to say to put her get death penalty. She got life in prison. She should rot in jail. You know what I'm saying? She knows what she did wrong. She's, you know what I'm saying? So, and even who's Selena family, they Jehovah's Witness, they not Catholic. The father said, Abraham said, whatever you do, it's not gonna bring my daughter back. Okay, you gotta talk about killing instead of all. Okay, it wasn't always Protestant. You're right, but it was. Hold on, you're right. It wasn't always Protestants. You had your moderate and you had your liberals who were pro-life. Most feminists back in the day were pro-life. Susan B. Anthony was not abortionist. It was Margaret Sanger who came in. Actually, they did not get along with Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger was eugenics. How it became a part of aborting black and Native American babies, because white Anglo-Saxon Protestant people, the elite, okay, the Rockefellers, okay, Jay-Z, listen to this, they benefit from slavery. The elite had banks, they had, you understand this, eugenics has a lot to do with money and race, okay, in slavery. When the slave, what they was afraid of, since they lost the war, South lost the war, it wasn't just the plantation owners, the big business, the banks who supported slavery, the companies who supported slavery lost business up north too. And what the elite wasn't scared of, that many of the slaves who would not know how to read, they'll be on welfare, there'll be crimes, all these do nothings. Okay, we say they weren't saying that at the time, but you know what I'm saying, all that type of stuff will happen. So they say the best way was, not the best way, of course I'm saying it, but in their mind, was to kill us at birth. Because remember, we can't be alive to be a slave for their money. We better off dead. It was another way to chemical because they didn't want to say, because at first they did come out. Remember, the father of the eugenics movement was a cousin to Charles Darwin, and that's where this racial problem comes in. When Charles Darwin tried to make race as genetic makeup, the National Geographic just admit they was racist a long time ago, and now they mention that race is known as not genetic, which okay, duh, okay, it's a social concept. So the truth of the matter is, if we're not allowed to make money, it's being exploited. Okay, we're better off dead. Okay. Which makes sense why they jump on the civil rights movement to try to come in to teach that message to us. That abortion, in order to get funded, you have to supply our future generations to die while we enjoy life on this earth. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And so, remember, George Darwin's the one who said that the white race was the great race and all the other races were not. Okay? This happened this happened even in Australia. You had Episcopalian, white Episcopalian or Anglican people who were racist, who mistreated Aborigines. They was practicing genocide with the eugenics movement down there, and you know what I'm saying. They were doing all that to the Native Americans and black people. Okay. You know, and Margaret Sanger, she was a very anti-Catholic. Remember, she was Irish American. Her mother was a Catholic. Her dad was an atheist, and she went against her mother's views. Mm-hmm. So she, you know what I'm saying, she wanted, and so she said that we were feeble-minded, and she had, you know, ideas with the Ku Klux Klan. Alone, she had me with Ku Klux Klan, and alone she had, you know, people understand that the Nazis got their idea from eugenics from here. Many connections, many of the people in the Nazi Party, okay, were also friends with the Ku Klux Klan here in the States, in the eugenics movement. They all, because they felt that they losing money, kill them. They can't go out and just kill like they do right now with the police, so you kill them silently as through birth, okay? And her idea was the reason why you surrogated and you're poor because you have so many kids. So start practicing birth control. And she knew to go to the butt dancing preachers who were spiritually abusing their flock, twist the Bible like their white master did them. Okay, and I'll say ancestor, you know what I'm saying? Yes, the white, but it's not every white person. It's the conservative ones. Because down here in the South, the liberals WASP don't bother me. Okay, I'm gonna call it like it is. The moderates don't either. It's the conservative ones. And I've told my people, African, stop following their beliefs. I can't tell them about that's their business. That's why I left my own set at the Baptist church, because I knew what the preacher was talking was like coming from a slave master's talk. Okay, just you can feel it. Okay, how my grandma taught to me, it felt like one of our old white ancestors who did our black and mixed ancestors wrong. Okay, that old bad spirit. Okay, you can feel it, the tone of voice, the action, you can sense it. Okay, when I became Catholic, and this was a mixed black Catholic church, I'm talking about it was Creole, it was a different color. You had dark chocolate to those who like white people. I saw a black Jesus, okay. Even when the preacher who was the priest there, when he left, who was Creole, that's when the Italian one came. I couldn't stand the Italian American one that came there when I converted. But I remember seeing black images, African, because I never forget when the priest was there, who's Creole, he had African kente cloth on for real, and it was packed. When that white man came there, the Italian people started leaving, and I left. I came in when the people was leaving and going to other parishes. And he was called a jackass behind his back. They sure would. I never forget that. And Never forget that. That's not going because his attitude. Then you had the older people who were scared, who was taught, and here we go with them baby boomer and the dog. I get tired of that generational offense. That's why we suffer as a people, because we're the older ones who go along with suffer. That's how we were raised. Please keep the functional upbringing back. Y'all like, please. Okay. So I said, forget, I ain't come here to be taught this kind of way. I come to worship God. I ain't come here to be taught to any kind of way. I get that at home. You know what I'm saying? Because I about to get ugly with it. I'm about to go off on that man. I ain't care about him being a priest. I was going to do this. I was about to go off on him. I about to go off. I ain't want to cuss him out on cause. Probably about to go off. Cause he want to start acting like a devil. I about to be like Florence from what's the Jefferson, the Jeffersons. Florence Marla Gibbs came when she dated their brother. You know what I'm saying? Who was a Seventh Day Adventist, wherever he was. He was a minister in town. Controlled her, and she went off on him. I about to go off as I was. So anyway, for real. So you gotta this quiet issue like abortion. So just. They are, and that's one thing I was telling my people back in 2002. They need to join join the pro-life Democrat movement, because one thing how I know about Democrats for Life on EWTN, okay, you know, they're talking about not all Democrats believe in abortion. Democrats for Life, pro-life Democrats, and I said, oh, thank God, because I ain't joining the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? I'm not joining. No. Okay. And so, and I was trying to tell my people on Black Planet. I would tell my business when I was on Black Planet, okay? I was trying to tell my people. They said, no, he said, it's still a woman's right. And will someone get raped? I would love to find out. Can y'all go look for the rapists who out there raping women? Okay, please do that me a favor. If every woman comes in the abortion and get raped, can you go do investigation on these cases, and go find the rapists so we can stop this mess? Okay. No, majority of them women, I'm called like it is, trying to abort a baby. Either with cheating, they can't have kids to take care of the child. Kids, no money to take care of the child, excuse me. And they have no, they have, then too, they had a affair over their husband, okay? Let's call it, this is all because they want to get their freak on, okay? They aborting them babies so they can get their freak on. Ain't about no dog on rapists. Majority of these women are aborting babies so they can get their freak on. They forgot to put the protection on, and guess what? They end up trying to get their freak on and got a baby. That's nature. The way you get married. That's why you're supposed to get married and then get your freak on. Not the other way around. But they want to get freaky, get in the sheets, okay, hugging in the man. You know what I'm saying? And ooh, baby, making love between the sheets. Okay, that's all they want to do. You know, and continue like they don't produce life. Come on now. So it's called personal responsibility. That baby should not be killed based on people not being responsible. Yeah, they get it all because they want to get their freak on. People go parent get condoms and everything so they get their freak on. It's not about no trying to wait till you're married or somebody. That is true, and you have a lot. And but the way true, you're right. You know what I'm saying? The whole stance of it. No, let me explain this. I don't condone rape at all. But if that was the case, we would not be here either. You know what I'm saying? Us, you know, I have a grandma who's a white woman. You had sisters, and they American sisters, get raped by white men. If they have got an abortion, the African American and Hispanic population would not be here today. If Malcolm X's mama, which is my ex-grandmother, had aborted his mama, there would not be no Malcolm X. Okay, because you know his grandma raped by a white man in the crib. Okay, so she raped by a white man. If she had got an abortion, Malcolm X would not be here. A lot of folks don't look at that. Freddie Douglass' mama black and they American, and they were white. Okay, greatest abolitionist in the world. If his mother had got an abortion because the white plantation owner raped her, there would not be no Fred Douglass. Y'all not looking at this like this African woman was on Oprah, and they were talking about the tribal wars in Africa. It was on Oprah when she back in 2000, and she said the African woman was what it was. The African tribe came with some guns, put the gun on her husband, and raped her in front of the husband. And husband was this is in Africa now. The African woman chose to keep the child. She said the baby is innocent. He had nothing to do with what happened to me. And that's what I look at. Because that baby could be for adoption. That baby also could be the result to tell people if they come up in life to tell people not to go get rid of rape. Let's say that if I was born out of rape, okay, and I knew about it, what I would do, it'd be the good thing, is start to become a politician, be a law. Yeah, folks not looking at it that way, okay? Cause look at the fact that, speaking of that, if Fred Douglass' mom was raped by her white plantation owner, okay? Look who he became an abolitionist. He started going against slavery. He started, thank you. They're not, folks not looking at that. So I'm not for the rape part. I think the baby should be alive, but that man needs to be put in jail. And we put life in prison, okay? And we need to find out what happened in his life, because when he was abused or whatever, so we can prevent a future generation of this mess. So one thing about us generation X and those under me, we try to find a solution of that person in the past so we don't repeat the past. Yeah, but it's called abstinence. People supposed to they tell you wait till you get married and be abstinent. You know, anybody can get HIV, but the risk is like me. If I can be hit by a car, even if I'm driving. That's every few blue moon. But if I'm out here going in front of a car, 19 I'm gonna get hit. So who falls that? Okay, if I know that me catching the bus, I can get hit by a car. Okay, that if I follow the traffic laws, right, 9-10 is not gonna happen. But if I just step in the street, don't care, and the car just hit me, who falls that? It's my fault. So those people out there being promiscuous, and this, like I said, it'll go back to generation baby boomers. They was taught not to talk about sex as much. The parents were scared, especially in the private homes, was scared to talk about sex. So their child ended up being immature about it. In the 60s and 70s, and they were out this, yeah, we gotta have to get sex. Never forget, they keep talking about, as long as I'm not no faggot, as long as I ain't no lesbian, no dyke, I ain't going to hell. Fornication is not a godly thing. You can go to hell for that. Now I said, Lord, go to heaven. Okay. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be married and have kids. Not before marriage. It's funny when they talk about the gay movement, but you have people out there advocating. And yes, I talk about getting some tickle bitties, okay? You know what I'm saying? But I let y'all know that I was not right, though. You know what I'm saying? So I know. But people think that sex, that's nature when you're married, okay? You know what I'm saying? Now out there regularly having sex. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about someone being gay, homosexual, yeah, two people same sex are not designed to have sex, okay? Because they have the same organs, okay? They have the same organs, excuse me. But having sex outside of marriage is not a godly thing either, because it was designed for two people to become one. Folks don't know that. So before they start throwing stones on, sexually active people who have to be gay, bisexual, or lesbian, whatever, then they need to start throwing their own selves, because they out there commit the same sin. It's not the same exact sin, but it's still sexual sin. And that's one thing that kills me about that. So how do people talk about that? They going to heaven, but they gonna go to the club, and never wrong going to the club, but they probably gonna go get some sex. I don't go to the club to go get no sex. I go to the club to have a good time and dance and have fun. I'm not looking, because what's in there for sex. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that woman that died probably has HIV, lying says she don't. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get someone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand how people. I don't understand how people. And here we go trying to make their own interpretation of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad it says that God has no partiality. Thank the Lord. Human does. Yeah. Dave Chappelle, Pepsi generation. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hit. Hold on. Okay. Hey, we seen Dave Chappelle generation? Can we say those showing how do you anticipate how to be aware of them? No, I haven't seen that generation thing. I didn't. I didn't see that yet. I haven't seen that Pepsi commercial, whatever. So, but yeah, I gotta get out of my back. It's aching right now. I gotta go ahead and go. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for coming in, and shout out to y'all. Remind me to put the t-shirt link on there so I get y'all a t-shirt. Okay, about $21 and stuff, and coffee mugs, things like it is on there. All right, but we'll talk more about this, y'all. I gotta get ready to go. Have a nice day.